Hello and a Happy New Year to you all. My name is Regine Picard. I'm the head of Lead Logistics for Maersk in Asia Pacific, and I'm speaking with you all today from Hong Kong. I am pleased to be joined by Chin Fu from our Singapore office, who is heading our APAC import and charge management for Maersk. It's a real pleasure to welcome you to our first industry update of 2022. Listening to the feedback we are receiving, these monthly updates are proving to be very popular and useful in helping you, our valuable customers, to understand what's happening around the globe in the logistics and supply chain market. As always, our priority here at Maersk remains to help you make better informed decisions with regards to your supply chain management and share how the full range of Maersk logistics and supply chain services and solutions can keep you and your business moving forward, even when faced with challenges and unexpected exceptions. If you have any questions or feedback during this session, please type them in the Q&A box on the right of your screen. We will try to answer to your questions at the end of the session, or we will get back in touch and follow up after. We also issue an update, a monthly update by email. If you want to receive this update too by email, we have just posted the link for you to register in the comment section too. So let me pass it over to Chin to get started with an update on what's happening on the ocean.
Thank you, Regine. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. In general, the demand for space out of Asia is recovering strongly after the Lunar New Year holidays, particularly from Southeast Asia. We expect demand to remain strong in both Q1 and Q2. Space will remain tight, however, particularly on the Pacific and Europe routes. Just before the Lunar New Year, mindful of the adverse impact external disruptions can have on your supply chain, we took a few actions to help mitigate these disruptions. These included controlled bookings, minimizing rolling pools, and fast-tracking the delivery of our new equipment. Due to these actions, we see the equipment situation across Asia improving, and we expect it to remain healthy for the rest of Q1 and into April. 20-footers will continue to be available in Asia, and we are making more non-operating reefers available for regular cargo. Ports across Asia are operating well, with reduced waiting times and less congestion. However, ports in both Europe and United States continue facing challenges. In Europe, average port delays range from 7 to 14 days, while in the US, the situation varies dramatically from port to port, with the worst delays being up to 40 days. We expect these disruptions to continue impacting our schedules over the next few months. Last year, Maersk reported the best schedule reliability in the industry of 46.6%, but we know that this is far from ideal for everyone, and in 2022, improving schedule reliability remains one of our key priorities for Maersk. For imports into Asia, vessels on their return leg to Asia continue to be impacted by these delays we just mentioned in the US and in Europe, which are affecting timely arrivals and our import connections. For vessels experiencing delays on their return legs to Asia, we have made changes in port rotations to recover our schedules. Further, we have made good use of the recent post-Lunar New Year slack to recover and improve many of our feeder schedules. While overall feeder bottlenecks are lower across Asia Pacific, we still see some import capacity constraints in a few corridors in Southeast Asia and Northeast Asia as imports to and exports from these locations remain strong. We will continue to adjust our network services and deploy sweeper vessels where possible to alleviate these bottlenecks. Turning over to the Pacific trade. Congestions on the US West Coast in LA and Long Beach ports and on inland connections remain severe. The most significant recent changes to wait times we have monitored are in the Northwest United States and Canada. In Vancouver, wait time has increased from 15 days to 28 days with yard density at full capacity. In the port of Prince Rupert, wait time is now 15 days with yard density above capacity, and the port cannot receive or store any more cargoes at present. In fact, the port of Prince Rupert is now only allowing vessels that can offer a match back to berth. These are vessels that have to load back the exact same amount of volume of cargo they discharge. This is a preventive measure to make sure the yard density does not become worse. However, many carriers at Prince Rupert have higher discharge volumes compared to their load volumes. And so this matchback requirement will likely result in more vessels unable to berth at Prince Rupert, which will only cause further delays. The impact of these delays at both Vancouver and Prince Rupert is that we expect to see 5 missed sailings from late February to the end of March on our TP1 and TP9 routes. To mitigate the impact of these missed sailings, we plan to deploy 8 more gap loaders in February and March. While these gap loaders will allow us to cover your demand for loading departing Asia, how effective these will be in ensuring timely arrival of your goods at destination will depend on the number of vessels the port and terminals can handle. We will continue to monitor and keep our customers updated on these developments. Separately, to help meet our US East Coast demand, we will launch a new TP28 service, offering 4,500 TEUs a week, covering Vung Tau, Yantian, Ningbo, Shanghai, Houston, and Norfolk. And we look at rerouting inland cargoes to Norfolk and Houston when feasible. The launch of this new TP28 service with changes to the rotation coincides with the changes to the rotation of the current TP20. As is the case on our existing TP20 route, the TP28 service will exclusively be operated by Maersk. The TP20 will now feature our first direct call at Jakarta on our Pacific services. Jakarta replaces Vung Tau, and the revamped TP20 will now transit via Panama, allowing for direct connections to Charleston North and Newark. We also plan to gradually increase the size of our vessels deployed on the TP20. Vung Tau will now be served by the new TP28 route I just mentioned. To recap, we see strong pickup post-Lunar New Year. Our equipment availability is healthy. Import demand to Southeast Asia and Japan is strong, with some feeders at capacity. Existing port congestion and disruption in Europe and the US West Coast is still severe, with new pockets of congestions popping up. Maersk is deploying gap loaders to support Asia exports and cover the vessels returning late. And we are revamping the TP20 to have our first Jakarta to US East Coast call and launching the new TP28 service to meet the demand from you. In our December broadcast, you have heard how in 2023 and 2024, Maersk will introduce 12 large ocean-going container vessels capable of running on carbon-neutral e-methanol fuel. In January 2022, Maersk took another substantial step forward in our sustainability journey by announcing a new ambitious target to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2040, 1 decade ahead of our initial 2050 date. On top of this, we have set further tangible near-term targets for 2030 to ensure significant progress is being made on curbing direct emissions this decade. All these new emissions targets are expected to align Maersk with the net zero criteria of the Science Based Targets Initiative, SBTi, which targets to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Among our near-term targets are a 50% reduction in emissions per transported container in Maersk Ocean fleet and a 70% reduction in absolute emissions from fully controlled terminals by 2030. Beyond Epi-Moller Maersk near and long-term targets, we see an increasing demand from our customers for more sustainability-focused products and services. Our biofuel value-added service, Maersk Eco Delivery Solution, It's already enjoying a strong take-up rate, and more than 18 Asia-based customers have already committed to using more than 60,000 FFEs or 40-foot equivalent for 2022. We look forward to partnering with more of our customers in such initiatives and are committed to developing more of these value-added products and services for your sustainability needs. That's the end of the update on the ocean side. I will now hand over to my colleague, Regine Picard, to give us more updates on logistics and services.
Your update on the ocean reminds all that disruption will continue to impact our customers' operation and performance in delivering on time, in full, finished goods and raw materials from suppliers to factories to distribution center and to end consumers. In the logistics at Maersk, our aim is to help our customers to connect their business networks, integrate partially or totally all parties or stakeholders involved in the end-to-end process flows, to identify and anticipate exceptions and disruptions, and then help our customers to navigate through these exceptions and disruption while continuously communicating about these issues and presenting solutions. Now, how do we execute all this? Through our 4PL solutions. Our 4PL solution consists of control tower functionalities covering order booking management, forecasting, shipment planning, vendor coordination and management, as well as freight procurement and freight audit. 4PL solutions are further complemented with our 3PL services, such as origin CFS consolidation, air, ocean, rail, truck transportation, destination and customs brokerage management, yard management, as well as warehousing. This orchestration is supported by our visibility platforms, which are allowing tracking, forecasting, and inventory and demand planning. Our technologies powering the visibility platform allows us to connect and format data from numerous sources across the complete journey of goods while in transit and at stops. Platform then organize this data into fundamental KPIs, and this is also presented to our customers, key stakeholders in an easy to use dashboards, allowing logistics, merchandising, sales, and finance representatives from our customers to generate the insight that help them to make better decisions and fast. An interview of 100 logistics professionals at the end of 2020 identified the biggest challenges that these logistics professionals are facing without any visibility platform tool. 50.37% of them cited that visibility are indeed their biggest challenges. 46.6% highlighted that without data, they could not take any action. And 27.2% mentioned that they've been running into increased cost due to this lack of visibility. There is a general feeling that lack of agility, flexibility, and resilience is a consequence of no visibility platform. A PwC study in 2021 reported that after 2 years, global product-centric enterprises, which are digitally connected, can generate 8% additional revenue and 7% less in terms of company cost. They also reported that a reduction of between 50 to 80% of check-in calls to monitor shipment. Also, cost at the receiving warehouses could be reduced by almost 30% through the prediction and estimation of times of arrival of a shipment, could it be by truck, by ocean, or by air. Knowing if the shipments are on time, delayed, or ahead of a schedule can help warehouse to better plan their dock allocation as well as their labels. Our visibility platform generates actionable data that can help our customer to stay ahead of the game, and particularly in their sustainable program. By visualizing CO2 emission across the managed network, simply by refining routes to reduce distance traveled, there is an opportunity to reduce the carbon footprint up to 7%. The last 2 years, we have all been overwhelmed by the pandemic. Frequent lockdowns have left us facing high customer demand, product shortage, increase in import costs, congestion at dock, ports and warehouses, increased storage prices and delayed deliveries. Currently, with the inventories being low, the focus is on the replenishment of retail inventories and the forecasting of growing future demand. Distributors order more to cover both replenishment of their own inventories and the future increase in demand. We are in a model of just in case. A small change in the consumer demand can have a huge impact on the supply chain. How are you able to adapt your flows if you have limited or absolutely no visibility of what still is under production, what order is pending for shipping, what is on the truck to a port of departure, or what is in your warehouse at origin? How are you able to decide what to hold, what to ship, what to slow down, what to speed up to respond to the changes in your market demand? A recent Gartner report shared that by 2023, 50% of global product-centric enterprise will have invested in real-time transportation visibility platform. Visibility enables actionability, builds economic resilience, and reinforces partnerships with the various partners and stakeholders across your supply chain. If you want to learn more about our Maersk 4PL and lead logistics, please leave a message in the comment section and get in touch with your Maersk customer service representative. Thank you.
Thank you, Regine. That ends our update today. We trust you find value in these updates, and we do encourage you to get in touch with questions or ideas on what you need for us to cover in future updates. We do appreciate your inputs and support. We will keep the chat box open for another 15 minutes or so for questions and comments. Please also click on the survey link to give us your feedback. If you would like to register for our regular email updates, please check the link we have posted in the chat. On behalf of Regine and myself and the whole team here at Maersk, I wish you all an excellent year ahead, and we remain at your service to keep your supply chain smooth. We will see you again in March. Thank you.